Shalom, Shalom. I want to start off souls by giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua, Hashem, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and honors you brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. This is a quick one on the news that Jupiter and Saturn will come within zero point 0.1 degrees of each other, forming the first visible double planet in 800 years. Okay, for us, we're like, 800 years. Another sun in the sky that ain't been around for so long. So for us, it immediately stands out. But what also makes it stand out is the date of it, right? It says aligning with the winter solstice on December 21, 2020. The two planets will be just 0.1 degrees apart, right? So for immediate, we're like, whoa, and we're hoping that this is a sign of major things to come in the next year, right? The last time that this happened was just before dawn on March the 4th, 1226. Okay, I looked, I just went on Wikipedia, saw what happened in 1226, saw what happened in 1227. Not much, but obviously we hope that this time around this is a sign of major things to come, because of late the last couple of years we having blood moons, super blood wolf moons, this, that, and the other, right? All of these signs in the heavens. And look what's happened to this kingdom. This kingdom, we can see a situation where we're out of this kingdom, in the next couple of months. Right? There's that saying, never waste a good crisis. And the Lord has given a very good crisis. So we'll just see what happens from from here on in, right? But the way things are looking for us, it's looking good, right? And obviously Jupiter, you got all of that in the mythology and how he actually overthrew Saturn, right? Obviously Jupiter is the Roman, in mythology, is the Roman equivalent of Zeus, right? Jupiter being the king of what you call it, the king of the gods, right? So make of that what you will. Obviously, that's just mythology, whatever, what have you. But it's why those two particular planets, yeah, who knows? We will come and see, right? We'll wait and see, rather, right? Now, we know that in the scriptures talk about there being signs in the heavens. I'm just gonna grab a couple of those precepts, just make us a short video to the point. So yes, Genesis 1:14 is the power said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. Okay, so the sun, the moon, and all of the hosts of heaven, right? As in the stars, etc. They are there for signs, right? And they're there for seasons, right? And they're there to measure the months and the days, okay? Because we didn't go by the Gregorian calendar or the Julian calendar. We went by what the moon said, right? Scripture says the month is called after her name. Okay, so i.e. month comes from the word moon. You look at different languages, right? It's literally the same word, right? Luna, for instance, in the Romanian, right? Which that's also where you get the word Monday from, right? As well, if I'm remembering correctly, right? Dies Solis is Sunday, right? Day of the sun, and Dies Lunes, I believe, as well, as what you call it for the for Monday, right? Moon, right? Moon day, right? But I just you feel free to look that up and just confirm that, right? But yeah, let's see if we got any interesting presets. Yeah, I've got that open there anyway. Because I thought of a preset, because I know, oh yeah, in the Apocrypha it speaks about how Issachar, not Apocrypha, in Chronicles, Slakia, I believe it's the 12th chapter. In fact, let's see if we can find it. Just try to find it. Let me actually just do a word search. Yeah, so you guys says First Chronicles 12:32 says, and of the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times, right? So the Lord had given them the spiritual ability to basically be able to look at the heavens and be like, yo, this is this is what what times we're coming into, right? Oh, whoops, let's see if there's any more information there. Nah, but yeah, that's one of the that's one of the gifts that the Most High had given to Issachar, if I'm not mistaken. That's where you get the minds of Issacharites as well, if I'm not mistaken, right? So yeah, this is one of the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times to know what Israel ought to do. Right. So for us, when we see these signs, we just know, look, that's a sign, right? But they had understanding of these signs, right? And what Israel ought to do. It says the heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment. This is Sirach 43:6. It says he made the moon. Let me see if there's more up here. Oh, yeah, it's going into the signs, it's going in. I just want to go into the signs, right? So, Sirach 43:6, it says, he made the moon also to serve in a season, for a declaration of times and the sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. So it's a sign of feast. So from the moon, once again, we're able to say, okay, cool. This is the new moon, right, of the new year. It was it the seventh day of the second month, for instance. So the next month and the seventh day, okay, cool. This is the beginning of the Passover, right? And you've got several different high holy days, and we measure always from the moon. Okay, says because it's not affected by leap years, it's not affected by all of this different crap that Esau has added into the mix. Okay, says as he made the moon also to serve in their season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. Right, the beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, and ornament given light in the highest place of the Lord. Okay. So carry on. So Luke 21:25 says, and they shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, and the seas and the waves are roaring. Okay, so then there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and this is a major sign. Okay, it's not happened in 800 years, and when it does happen, it's happening on the winter solstice, right? Just as everyone, all of these different, politicians saying, "Oh, this is gonna be a dark winter," this, that, or the other. So we can only just wait and see what this man is gonna do, right, in these times. This is an upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts failing at them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Okay. So for us, that's why scripture says in Matthew 13, blessed are your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear. Because when we see and hear these things happen, it excites us. It excites us because we're seeing a way home, right? Yeah, we know the entry, rather the corridor to the exit from this kingdom and the entrance into the new kingdom. We know that corridor is going to have some tests, some temptations for us, right? But ultimately we know that what's at the end is beautiful. It's better than what we're having to suffer here, right? As scripture says actually in it's not this no, it's not Thessalonians. It says it might be Second Corinthians actually. Let me see. Yeah, Second Corinthians. Yes, Second Corinthians 4:17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Right. So it says light affliction, all these things that we're going through. Right, but the Lord is coming. back to, do and give us beautiful things, right? Pleasures evermore, right? This is Joel 2:30. Right, so, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke, right? And the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of Yahweh come. And once again, this is something that we've been seeing over the last couple of years, when the Lord is showing signs in the heavens, right? But at the moment, you get all these other people in the world. They just like, these things happen. It's just an eclipse, or it's just a blood moon, whatever, what have you. But we're coming up into the time where you can't just say it's just, right? The Lord is going to start making himself known, right? It's one of my favorite precepts, right? It says, verily thou a power that hidest thyself, Isaiah 45, okay, right? And I love it because we can see evidence of the Most High, right? We're not trying to convince us, right? We can see evidence of the Most High. However, and we have faith, right? When we speak about the chariots, or the so-called white man calls it UFOs or whatever have you, right? We can see all of those things, and the Lord could just make it known to everyone, right? And He is gonna make it known to everyone, but He's gonna make it known to everyone when it's too late for a load of these people, man, right? But yeah, like I said, I believe that was my last precept there. Yeah, so hey, that's a major sign in the heaven. Okay. So yeah, as always, Lord's will, that was edifying. And until next time, shalom.